Pulp MX Network production.
Welcome to the Troy Lee Designs and Racetech Suspension and Engines Blair Matthes Project.
Yeah, welcome everybody to another edition of the Troy Lee Designs Racetech Blair Matthes Project. I'm Steve Matthes. With me, Daniel Blair, producing the show, Kellen Brower, a.k.a. The Fraud. Thank you for watching and listening, man. Really appreciate it. We are back this week. Birmingham, the Supercross picks up after its lone weekend off. Coming in this weekend with a showdown, coming in this weekend with the 450 race still being super tight, and looking forward to talking about that and more. We got Nick from MX Reference joining us too to work through some super stats that he finds interesting that we'll debate all of us. Thank you to Troy Lee Designs for sponsoring this podcast, being the title guys along with Racetech. TLD, man, you look at their mountain bike line, you look at their motocross gear, Dylan Ferrandis, Justin Barsha, all in it. Troy Lee Designs, Ducati making a big presence felt. And I know I've said this over and over, and I really thought I would have it by now, but I'm getting a custom painted helmet from Troy Lee, and I can't wait. And that's where they made their name. The custom painted helmets, visors, they got mountain bike gear, they got moto gear. They continue to elevate the game. TroyLeeDesigns.com. If you want a discount from them on anything, email us using the contact form on Pulp. I'll send you a code to shop at TroyLeeDesigns.com and save with the code. Thank you to those guys. Also, thank you to Racetech, our guy Checkers, Rob, Paul, everybody at Racetech, racetech.com. Privateer proven moto work, suspension work, suspension parts. Also, like if you're an independent suspension service shop out there, they will supply you with bushings and seals and springs and oil and all of that. Racetech.com. If you want to get your moto work done there, if you want to get suspension work done, tell them you listen to this show. They'll give you a discount. Thank you, Racetech, racetech.com. They've been around since the 80s, man, and they've been still cooking all this time. Zool's, Seat Concepts, Firepower, Maxxis, ASV Levers, Stomp Grip, Namira, all on board with us. We'll got our fantasy picks later on as well. Joining me is a regional arena cross champion, world supercross commentator, the Daniel Blair. What's up, DB?
What's up, Steve? Fired up. That's pretty much all I can say right now. The showdowns are awesome. I can't wait for this one. I think the timing is perfect after the break. And, man, I'm absolutely fired up. We got the club boys out here, all six, actually, because there's an SMX Next race this weekend, too. So just watching them grind. I just got back into my cabin, which looks better this week, Steve. I got the lighting thing figured out.
Yeah,
so,
we're either we fixed the sauna or we got better lights or something. Yeah.
We're good. We are solid, and we're fired up for a showdown. Let's go Birmingham. Sunny weather too, so no weirdness that could ruin it, like a storm would ruin this thing. But no, perfect Saturday coming. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. The showdown should be epic. We got Davies, Deegs, Kitch, everybody going at it. Joe Schmoda, Pierce Brown. You can throw a blanket over the East Coast guys so far. They've been all so close. And then Deegs, obviously the favorite going in. I will say this. We did an LVK episode. I was a guest star on that with Kellen and Lewis, Daniel, and I'll just get this right off the top before someone DMs you, before someone texts you, before whatever. I said, I think a club guy will miss the main this weekend. It is stacked. And then when we thought about it more and we broke it down more, the West has been a little hit with injuries. So we do like Max Volan, who has really, really probably been the best club guy this year to get in. He's been riding really well. Yoder is good at starts. So Yoder can get himself in, plus the way he's been riding, of course. So really, Daniel, apologies to Cody Schock or Devin Simonson, but I think one of those guys might miss the main event, man. It is tough to get in. We got top 9 in the heat. We got an LCQ. It's a showdown. Sorry, not sorry, but that's what I said.
Okay, well, definitely starting the show off on the wrong foot.
Yep.
We'll start there. Not a great start. Great to see. I haven't talked to you in a week, too. I'm pretty upset now at the way this thing has started out.
Dude, these showdowns, good riders miss these mains.
Okay, I agree. But here's where I'll go with this, just to let you know.
Yep.
Hunter Yoder at San Diego fell in the first corner and had a little bit of a bike issue thing happen where he DNF'd. Outside of that one singular finish, all club riders have been in the top 10 every single race this season.
And I believe the Fraud mentioned that. Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Fraud. Non-fraud. And you're right about the West. We just heard the McAdoo news too. So that makes the West even a little trimmer. So Max and Hunter are sitting in a easier situation than Cody and Devin for sure. But Devin's coming off of his best race of his career, 6th overall at the last round. He's had a great 2 weeks, and I feel very confident that this may be one of the better club showings of the year because all 4 guys are strong. The whole team is healthy. They've been breathing fire for 2 weeks. So I'm going to live optimistic up until Saturday night's main event, but until then, I will not be hearing any of this nonsense. But at the same time, enough. I do get it. I get it. But no, I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, fair enough. We started talking about like good guys missing the mains, and because there will be 1 or 2 or whatever, because and the West is a little weaker. So then I start looking east and I start thinking and working through it. And that's no, it's not real any rhyme or reason. Look, I'm Devin Simonson's a Pulpamex athlete. Cody Schock's one of the best human beings on the earth. He took the paint off of my project bike exhaust for free. He's a hell of a guy, but some big name is going to miss the main event. So Daniel, just off top of your head, who's the big name that's going to miss the main event then? There, buddy.
Deegan. I'm just being silly. Obviously, I just want to get a comment or two because you know someone will still fire off, dude. Can't believe you don't think Deegan will make the main. He's the best ever.
I mean, is it crazy to say Thrasher with the way he's been riding?
I put it this way. Yes, he would be my pick, but he could win this.
Yes.
Didn't he win it last year? Didn't he win this race last year?
Showdowns. Yeah. He wins showdowns.
I think it wasn't one last year. I think it was just one coast, but I think it was a Triple Crown. Kellen, can you look this up? But I believe Thrasher may have won this round last year. And yeah, he could be the one, but I know what you're saying. Look, and for those out there that are like, what are you talking about? The top 9 in your heat is a main, and the East mains are dirty right now. They really are. Through 12th, 13th place, it's pretty tough. You would think that a couple of those guys are going to end up in that LCQ where things go loose. Now, I will say it's a long start, which helps factory riders and guys that are maybe on better engine packages. So I do think that this would be a track that probably favors the better guys. But at the same time, I know what you're saying. Things happen. It's a weird showdowns are always weirdo nights. So yes, maybe somebody and I know we're going to get into Nick Romano. I'm hoping it's not him because I think it's a little on the sketchy side for them to bring him in. Just let me ask first. Is he racing this weekend?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay. I feel like that's a little harsh to bring him in off the couch, throw all that pressure at him, and then put him in the East of all lineups and go race a showdown. So I don't want it to be him. I actually like Nick a lot. But, man, there's a candidate right there for a factory bike not making it because you throw a guy in right off the couch into a showdown on the tough coast. So that would be my guy, and I sure hope not.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it'd be a surprise if Nick Romano made the main event this weekend. I really do. He's filling in for Drew Adams, so he's on the tougher coast, and he hasn't been racing for a while. So I would be surprised if he got in, but hopefully he does. It's a cool story. We'll get to more of that later on with that. But how far back does Deegs have to start before he just can't rip through the field and win? Like, I feel like top 3 or 4, I'm putting my money on Deegs if he comes around the first turn, top 3 or 4. Outside of that, though, and his starts haven't been great. Some good, not always. And so under that, Daniel, like, I don't think he can catch Cole Davies or Levi Kitchen passing all of these guys. Like, he can catch just Levi Kitchen, as we've seen, but he's going to have to work through Pierce Brown, Joe Schmoda, whoever, to get to Kitchen or to get to Davies or whatever. And, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe all of them get bad starts, but to me, Deegs has to be 3 or 4. Anything outside of that, I don't know if he wins.
That's so wild because Hammaker, Shimoda, Kitchen, Davies, like I would say those 4, I feel pretty confident. Maybe throw Pierce in there that if they started in first and were uninterrupted and say Haiden starts 7th, dude, I mean, honestly, I'm probably going, wow, here we go. It could be pretty wild, but I think 5th or better. I think he could probably get any of them. The one that obviously I'm a Davies guy. You guys all know that. But in pure raw speed, Cole is probably your next fastest one in the races. I still think Levi probably just on the clock, like in qualifying, can do it. But in the race itself, Cole would be the one that I think if he got a whole shot could just split. And it really depends on the whoop section, how it's built. Because if there's big old whoops, Cole's going to be extra. But if it's just like a mellow whoop section that's not that I guess you would say, separating, then Cole doesn't have that big advantage. So then I lean back towards Deegs a little bit. But Hayden's been a better starter this year. You're right. It's not great, but he's had some great ones. And if he pulls a nasty start in the main event, then I got to go with him if he starts in the top 5. But you put him 6th or worse, and I think Cole probably beats him, and I think Shimoda, Kitchen, and Hammaker would be hanging on for dear life at the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I agree with you. I know sports radio insists that we start yelling at each other and disagree, but I like all that take. Yep.
I've noticed this too. You and I do agree with more things than we don't. I forget recently, one of the review shows I was listening to, and it got frustrating by the end because I think you had every position that I had. And I was like, God, man. And it would be better if you and we do disagree on things. We absolutely do. But we do agree on more. I agree. I think I agree with you more than I agree with JT, which is crazy.
Oh,
so
timestamp that, fraud. Timestamp that.
It's statistical.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a great race this weekend, and anything can happen in these things, as we've seen before. It should be really the highlight of this race. So, all right, let's touch on a couple things before Nick from MX Reference jumps in here on social media, and that is Romano filling in. Drew Adams out for the rest of Supercross. Romano filling in. He hasn't raced in a couple of years. It's been a while. We saw him on Phoenix Honda. I'm surprised at this. I know this was a big Levi Kitchen thing. They ride together. Levi's a buddy of his. And Nick's a friend to a lot of people in industry for sure. So I think this was really like, hey, Mitch, could you please look at this guy? I know from talking to people who know Nick that he turned down a ride or two with some B teams, C teams, in hopes of doing exactly this. He was a Team Green kid, right? So yeah, here it is, Nick Romano. He's got talent. This is your spot. This is Daniel Blair filling in at Geico. Here's your spot. Although maybe you'll get some boots. I don't know.
Maybe he'll get to break his boots in before practice on race day.
Right.
On the personal side, I am stoked. I like him. I always have. When I was working at Supercross, he was a kid who would always talk to me. Like, you know, some of these kids are really shy at first, but he wasn't. He was always very talkative and cool. I'm a big fan of him. I do feel like his career has been, let's just say he got starred pretty bad by Star, like a lot of kids did in that area. You think of Matt LeBlanc, think Gavin Towers. There was just a little era there with these kids that Fry. Yeah. There was a block that really did not fit with what was going on there. So I sympathize with that. I love the Team Green angle, especially for Kawasaki right now, the brand. Again, I mean, bringing RV back, bringing back a Team Green kit. Like, let's do all these things to rebuild the brand because they've taken a lick over the last year or so. I like all of it except for I'm a little confused with the timing of this. Like, the East-West Showdown to me would be the one you wouldn't want to do that to him. You wouldn't want to make him come in on one like that. Essentially, he has to get top 9 in the main in the East to get in through his heat, or you send him into the jungle, which is an LCQ. And man, I think he comes out of this thing okay. But God, I just feel like the timing is crazy. Like, give him one more week and come out in Detroit and like let the guy have a softer landing pad. So that's the only part of the story I don't like. Other than that, though, I really like that they're doing it because you don't see this happen a lot anymore either. Like, I was a beneficiary of a time when I think sponsors were paying money and they needed to fill spots, and they did. And they gave me a 6-round deal. It was a cool story in my life that I can look back and say I did. But you don't see a lot of that anymore. And so I'm glad that they're doing that because it's a cool story. It's a cool kid. It's a Team Green kid. So I love it for all those reasons when they probably could have maybe not done it. So kudos to Cowie, to Mitch, PC, everybody, Levi, if he played a role in this thing. Thank you for doing that. I wish they all did it more often. I think it would be cooler for the sport if all these teams started doing that more often and made it a thing again. It would be really good for the sport.
Yeah, when I talk to some of the teams, they're just like, look, no one that needs a ride would do any good. So that's why we don't fill in anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, I disagree sometimes, but that's the mentality these days of like, why go and get someone who literally can't make mains because everyone in the mains has rides. So.
That's true. Like, if you're looking at the guys, like when I did it, I was, I believe, 9th in points when I got the Geico fill-in. If you look from that 9 to 15 range, maybe they're not on a factory team, but these guys are on like these little, they're on some type of a team now. So it's really hard to find a dude in his van, which is what I was. I was Lone Ranger in my van. So you don't see that as much now because there's more of these little teams that maybe didn't exist back when I was racing. So I get it, but I still feel like they could be creative. Again, there's Romano types out there, and so good on them. Really good on them to do it.
Justin Bogle, another guy that's not been around. We saw him at Stark. We saw him World Supercross, I think, for Rick Ware at some point. Super good dude, getting a shot on Jason Anderson's bike. Tells me that Anderson's not coming back for Supercross, like I kind of heard. Because why would you just put him on for a few races? So Justin Bogle, obviously tougher class. We got injuries, though. So he's the main event guy in my mind right now. And honestly, it's the same thing as Romano a little bit. Like, Bogle's been through the ringer personal life-wise. He moved back to Oklahoma. He's had some ups and downs. He's really talented, a really good guy. And like Romano, this might be it, Justin Bogle. This might be your last shot, and maybe we see some spark again.
Yeah. Again, not knowing the business side of things for pipes, maybe they didn't have to do this, but they want to do this. Again, that team seems to do things like pretty cool like that. So I would have to talk to Dustin to verify if this was a forced deal or if this is something that they just wanted to do. But I know Bogle's tight with everybody, man. He's a good dude. And so I like to see it. Again, the class is probably, it's gotten, I can't say easier because the class is gnarly. Even those guys, Freddie and these guys that are like, they all rip right now. So I don't think Bogle's just a shoe-in to come right in and be like, yeah, no problem. But we are talking about a former 250 Supercross champion and a guy whose talent should get him in there. I just don't know how much the prep is. I don't know if it's like a couple weeks or months
he's been grinding it out. He's been riding. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I love that for him. I don't know where he finishes. I have no idea. And again, if the pipes guys didn't have to do this, but they just did.
Yeah.
I love that. And shout out to them for doing that. I want more of that. It's good stories.
I got to think they had to, maybe on the progressive side, and they got Jelly, the mechanic, hanging around doing nothing. And so to me, I don't think, and again, no hate comms, I don't think Bogle's worth it to just be a nice guy. I think they had to do it, and then when you look at Bogle riding by himself in Oklahoma with Nichols and Kennard and putting in the time and apparently being a bit of a changed man, I would think that they had to do something. And then I would think that this is a really good thing as well to do it. Yeah. So really cool stories.
Cool timing, though. Cool timing for a couple good stories in both classes. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Before we get to Nick from MX Reference, thank you to StompGrip.com. PulpMX25 for 10% off. They got custom dirt bike kits specifically designed to fit your bike. So if you got a YZ250 like Club MX does, they'll make it easy for you to stick it on there. They offer universal dirt bike kits as well. You can cut the fit to create your own 3D grip tape if you've got some 2005 two-stroke like Kellen brought to Glen Helen a couple weeks ago. They have that as well. So whether you're racing Supercross, hammering motos, or ripping laps the local track, Stomp Grips dirt bike 3D grip tape and frame grips give you the control you need to stay locked in. And also thank you to Maxxis Tires. You look at Vince Freeze on the International Supercross race team. You look at Mitchell Harrison, Luke Clout, Kay Clayson's coming back this weekend on his Maxxis Tires. Maxxis.com for more information on that. And also, thank you to the Maxxis guys. They make great mountain bike tires, UTV tires, trailer tires, all of that. Maxxis.com for more information. Simply crushing it, those guys, and all things rubber. Thank you to Maxxis.com. Okay, with that, let's bring in a special guest. We had Josh from TLD come on to be the first ever guest on this show and the second ever guest on this show. He's doing a great job with us on PulpMX.com for stats and all things stats, MX Reference on social media. It's Nick Taylor. What's up, Nick? How are you, man? Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here. Just got back from a trip from Italy where I spent too much money. And
the stats business pays that well that you can just take off to Italy.
It helps that I could use the credit card points. That was the helpful.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Hey, man, thanks for joining us again. And I just thought be interesting to get some. We're 9 rounds down in this thing, and approaching. We're starting to see some breakaway here. We got a showdown this weekend. You've been putting some stuff up on social media. Everybody follow him at MX Reference. Read his column on PulpMX.com. I asked you to bring 5 to 10 stats that really blew your wig back or should catch your eyebrows raised or whatever. The first one, let's just go with the Cole Davies one just to start. That's really what I thought about getting you on here for, Nick. So go ahead, tell us that one.
Yeah, so Davies is just 12 starts into his 250 career, and he has more laps led on his whole career than the following champions: Christoph Porcel, Zach Osborne, Jake Weimer, Colt Nichols, Chase Sexton, Justin Hill, Trey Kennard, Dylan Ferrandis, Cooper Webb, Aaron Plessinger, Justin Cooper. There were more, but I didn't go further than that.
Dude, like, okay, so JT hit us with you got to remember the Triple Crowns thing. And so do you have how many Triple Crowns he's done? Like, I'm guessing 3 or 4.
So he has led more laps in Triple Crowns,
of course,
than normal. I think
let's just
3.
give him. Yeah. Let's give him 16 career Supercross races or whatever you want. 18. Yep. We're talking like Zacho's raced 60 some races, and Ferrandis raced won 2 titles, and
so did Sexton, and so did Purcell. Those are 2-time champs. A bunch of those guys. So even if you want to say, hey, Triple Crowns, they count and they add mains, although not full mains, right? They're shorter than a regular main. I would go to Kellen first. Kellen, that stat that blew me away, man, because I know Davies has got some wins, but I don't look at him as leading that many laps compared to those guys on that list.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it did for me is I definitely did not think his year last year was that good. Like, I knew that it was good and that he had a couple wins, but to be out front that often, I kind of didn't really remember that. And now this year, obviously, he's led quite a few laps. He led almost, it feels like, every lap of the last Triple Crown. So I think those stats, what's crazy to me is it also points out that maybe those guys on the list were really good at not getting starts and still winning races, whereas Cole's electric from the get-go, which is crazy at this young of an age.
Daniel.
Am I supposed to jump in there?
Well,
I didn't
you look like you. Sorry, you were.
I didn't want to overstep, but yeah, no, I agree. It actually makes you think back to last year and how really good it was. Even the races he didn't win, because Glendale was one that he didn't win, but I know he led a lot of laps there. I'll throw another little stat in to tie in how good how good Cole was last year and even his start this year. But he's won 3 races in his first 12 races, which is pretty good. That's 25%. For comparison, I know it took Deegan 19 races to win 3. And I just want to fire up the Deegan fans in the comments. Just type away. I love it. We just fire off. But yeah, at this point in Hayden's career, he had only won 1, and Cole has 3. And I know that it took Hayden 19 to win 3. So I just wanted to get the comments going a little bit.
There we go. There we go. The bed bugs are coming out.
Just want to get them typing, get them fingers warmed up for the weekend, you know.
Nick, do you have career starts for some of those guys that you just mentioned?
Yeah, I can pull that up.
It's because, again, if you want to give Davies 6 more mains, let's just 18. Let's just go 18. It's nuts to me, that stat. Like, yeah, he's really on pace here to do something special. And, like, obviously he's got the red plate right now, so kid could win it this year. Go ahead, Nick. What are some of the career starts for some of those guys?
So Porcel didn't have a ton. He had 21. But you look at Osborne, 68, Weimer, 38, Nichols, 45. That's fitting. Sexton, 28, Kennard, 24, Ferrandis, 31, Cooper Webb, 27, Plessinger, 37, Justin Cooper, 28. So,
yeah.
Half.
Yeah, man. I just don't look at Davies, maybe a little bit of lack of outdoor results. Maybe just I don't look at him on that level of these champions just yet, but he's well on his way. So
he's only 18 too. He's really young, and I think his style and his form makes you think he's older, but he's only 18 years old. So he's younger than many think. That I guess the ones that aren't paying super close attention. And that's what's most impressive to me, is because he's pretty composed for that age. I do think the first 2 rounds this year, he was a little on the edge, but he did have enough composure to keep it together. And then when the pressure really mounted at the 3rd one, he took care of the sweep. So that's where I think he's special. Is he's got a long ways to go in his development still. He's not anywhere near his ceiling. He's just became an 18-year-old a few months back. So.
Yeah, absolutely. What else you got, Nick?
Well, I just want to do one quick one on the Davies again. We talked about the Triple Crowns, which is a fair point. But when you look at his career percentage, since 2003, there's only 4 riders ahead of him in the 250 class. That's
laps led percent.
like percentage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so for example, the one who's way ahead, and it's leaving out 2002. But Stewart in 0304 led 87% of his laps. But then after him,
Pretty good.
Not bad.
After that, you got Villapoto at 46%, Dungey at 45%, Barsha at 45%, and then Davies is at 43.68%.
Yeah.
That's
again,
more telling. That's more telling because it's not just about the number, which you could kind of play a little game with, but that's a percentage deal. You know what I mean? Like he's almost led half of his laps. That's, to me, that tells a lot more, I think.
Yeah, that's nuts. By the way, before McGrath came back part-time, he had almost won 60% of Supercrosses that he entered. It was just ridiculous. He's still a little bitter that his comeback I think his comeback brought him down to under 50%. But when he quit full time, he was like almost 60% races. It was just
Unreal.
nuts. Yeah. All right. What else you got?
So one that I thought was pretty interesting is Cooper Webb has the second best hole shot average in the class for the 450 class. And I think it speaks to what you talked about on the review show. His average, though, is right in line with his 2019 to present KTM and then Yamaha second stint. I think it really goes to show that Tomac and Hunter, and kind of swapping a little bit here and there with Roxon, are just stepping ahead of him.
Yeah. Like he's the same. They stepped up,
Yeah.
is what you're saying. Yeah. Which Coop's been saying that. Like when you ask him about how he's riding, he's like, pretty good, but those guys are on it. So yeah, goes to say.
I don't remember one night this year where I remember leaving and going, man, Coop rode terrible. He's had some pretty good nights that didn't turn out, and then he's had some really good ones that didn't turn out. And it's crazy because, again, he actually hasn't had a checkered flag once this year. No heats, no triple crowns. He has not won a single individual race, but he's actually been really, really good this year at the exact same time. So if I'm him right now, I'm probably freaking out a bit because it's like, what do you do? He's starting great. He's riding great, yet he's won nothing this year, period, which I think, that's got to be statistically his worst too, because he's usually typically a little off on the championship defense years. That's kind of been a thing with him. But this is statistically, as far as the wins go, this is the worst. He's over. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I've talked to him a little bit, like off the record here and there. I don't think he's stressed. I think he's like, I'm riding well. My bike, I'm happy with my bike. Like everything's okay, and I'm just getting beat. You know what I mean? Like in a way, I think he's okay. Yeah. All right, what else we got, Nick?
So not having raced the last two rounds, Sexton's net positions gained from the hole shot is still leaps and bounds ahead of who's next. So Sexton's plus 70. He's gained 70 positions from the hole shots.
Damn.
The next closest rider
Prado
is Tomac.
70 on a Cowie. This is all coming together. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't this whole thing start with Prado when he said the bike was slow? Wasn't it the very first public, last summer? I thought he said the bike was slow. Wasn't that first?
Yeah, I think so. But
and now Chase has got the worst start average of his career.
So what's next guy, Nick? 70 for Sexton.
Plus 46 Tomac.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot. And Kellen, as you know, your friend Lewis, he's gone many times. Chase has as many wins as Kenny and Coop this year. The exact same number of wins.
Yeah, and it's even crazier to think about Nick's stat here that he's missed races and still has that big of a gap. Because think of if he was at these last couple of races and still getting his bad starts, he'd be at maybe 100 passes made since the whole shot line. So
with the triple crown, that's another 30.
Exactly.
If it doesn't matter because he's paid to win, but can you hang your hat on that at all, Daniel? If you're Chase Sexton, no,
nope.
Okay, nope. Okay.
Nope.
I thought so. Yeah. But honestly, we call it Start Cross for a reason. So Nick, who's third? Because we've seen Tomac with the first turn. We've seen Tomac get up from crashes.
Yeah, Tomac had the Glendale night,
yep,
which probably assisted in that a little bit.
Justin Hill plus 43.
Dang,
that's random.
Tomac was only plus 44, so that was okay.
Yeah, that's random. Justin Hill,
just mowing through dudes. It's also what he's known for.
It's random and it's also fitting. Both of that as well. Yeah.
Well, it's fitting because it's random.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. I was thinking there was going to be another gap there, but when you think of no offense to Justin Hill, but he's not a top guy per se. Who's the next top guy? Because again, going back into what we're calling start cross, Tomac is, he's got the ability to do it. He's had the first turn fall. He's gotten up from crashes. Who's the next top guy? I would say it's pretty low.
Justin Cooper plus 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because he had a rough start. January was bad on the start. He's better now, but whatever was going on in January, he was making moves through, riding better than the results showed too. So that makes sense.
Yep. All right. What else, Nick?
Do you have any guesses on who's on the flip side lost the most?
Prado or Vince?
Yeah. How much though?
Are they 1-2?
It's Prado. No, he missed the race. No, still Prado. I'm going Prado. Kellen?
Prado's actually just -8.
Oh. Okay.
Third races he
Vince.
gained.
It's who's lost the most, you said?
Yeah.
This is the stat. It's not Vince.
Sorry, guys. I meant to say it was Vince, but how much he lost?
Oh.
140. No, that's rude. I'm sorry, Vince. He gets piled on enough.
Let's say
30. 51.
Steve?
If Sexton's 70, let's go. Yeah, let me go 60.
-85.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
The next closest
Max's
Hey.
tires hook up.
The next closest is Anderson at -32.
Yeah,
So,
Anderson was.
How much was it for Vince? 85?
85.
That's 85 super extreme moments so far this season.
But also, let me just take 1 second for a race tech rant. And it's a little bit of okay, I'm the guy that said in a vacuum for Vince and all of this. I saw on, there's a media company that said, hey, Vince Freeze is 107% off the leader. And what should be the time that where these guys don't make the main events, if you win an F1 type of qualifying. And I'm like, hey, bro, Vince is the least of your problems. I know he's caused issues. I get it. But when you're talking speed to leader, Vince is beating a lot of dudes every single weekend. So if you want to talk about.
That's not the issue.
No, that's the speed of Vince is fine. 107%. Sure. Let's go back a little further because he's consistently the top of the C tier of guys.
Yeah, it's not like he is an absolute turd out there that somehow just keeps getting in. The dude at Houston, I believe he was 1.1 off of first in the second qualifying session for 450A. So it's all track dependent too. I saw that stat and it's interesting. I liked it, but you can't go off of that and judge and run a system off of it because every track's super different too. It's
and I think we can all agree the Lapper situation in Indy for Vince was not Vince's fault. He did not mean to do that. It was Ruddy, and he did that. But let's all pile on Vince anyways on social media and drop his name in so that he gets kicked in the balls some more. Steve, Vince is a good rider, man.
Steve, I got the new ad from Max's new read for our show. Vince Freeze and his Max's tires are up front so often because the tire is so good that he's actually been passed 85 times this year, showing what you could do with a Maxis. You can get the whole shot.
I like that.
Read.
It's great.
I just got it.
Maxis.com.
There you go.
That's my race tech rant, by the way. Just let's stop kicking Vince Freeze in the balls repeatedly for he's really good. So.
Okay, but Eli, when Eli has to light him up, then it's everyone's green light.
No, I know, I get it, I'm the guy that's defended him that made JT very irate over the years. I get it. But I've called Vince out as well. There was a blue flag thing in Indy that he was brutal on, not as far as just not getting out of the way. So I call it like I see it, man. And Vince is a good rider. All right, Nick, what else you got?
So the rider with the most laps led this year in the 450 class is actually Roxon. He's led 31.13% of the laps this year, and this is only through 9 rounds. But that's the third best rate of his career, behind 2020 and 2021. And I feel like he's kind of similar. I don't think it's quite the pace as 2020, 2021, but it's kind of that same thing where he's just kind of slowly losing points a little bit here and there, and then he has one sort of bizarre race because he's led laps in 6 out of the 9 rounds this year.
Really? 6 out of 9 rounds?
That's a bummer for him too, because like Webb, he's riding so good this year, but Eli has been incredible, and Hunter has obviously just broke through. But man, Kenny and Coop are sitting there probably like, man, they're doing almost everything that they've done near their very best. But they just ran into two guys who are just better this year. And because you think back to 2020, 2021, like that was prime Kenny, Coop. That's when they were really battling every year. And so hearing this makes me, it verifies what our eyes see, which is that Kenny and Coop are riding great. They've just met their match pretty much.
And I'm guessing next is Eli or Hunter?
Yeah, Tomac has 71. Yep.
71 laps led.
Yep.
What percent of that is that?
Let me pull that up. Let's see.
Hunter probably shouldn't have.
Tomac's 27.63%.
Okay.
What about Hunter?
4%.
Hunter, 42 laps led, 16.34%.
The third highest of Kenny's career. Think about Kenny on a Honda. So that's still surprising because just how good he was on a Honda, how many laps he led, how many wins he got. I mean, Coop definitely got him a bunch, but you just think about his third best every year. And
5 years later, too.
Yes,
5 years after the other two. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good job, Ken Roxon. Yeah, sneakily pretty good.
Yep.
Yellow Magic. All right.
So here's a Tomac all-time stat. He needs just 2 more podiums to tie McGrath for his career total. And if Tomac starts the next 8 rounds, he will finish the season at 201 career starts across the 200 mark.
And LaRocco's all time?
Chad Reed's the first.
Oh, okay. I thought
Chad got him at one point.
Oh, I guess I'm counting LaRocco's all-time Supercross motocross, like all-time leader.
Oh, I'm just doing Supercross.
Yeah, got it. So, okay, let's give Tomac one more title, indoors or out, right? Whichever one you want. Maybe he wins more. Maybe he doesn't win one, whatever. Let's give him one more title. That'll put him at 4, 5, 6. It'll put him at 8 titles, I believe. Big bike titles, or not regional titles. 8 titles. Does he move ahead of RV or Dunge with that on like a Mount Rushmore? Because he's going to have podiums. He's going to have podiums. Covered those guys. They didn't race as long. He's going to have around the same amount of titles. I think Dunge has. Villaporto's got 8. Dunge got 9, or Dunge got 7, and something like that. Does he move ahead of those guys?
First off, I'll say I'm glad you mentioned them because I see these Mount Rushmores all the time, and to me, it's always been very clear. It's Jeremy, Ricky, RV, and Dunge. Statistically, they've done the most, and they are the 4.
Hold on.
What?
Sir. James Stewart. Second all-time combined wins.
Championships, dude.
Okay, man, wins.
Oh, then if we're going with wins, then the whole conversation changes, and then I don't know what those numbers look like, but then you start getting into what Tomac's done combined indoor and outdoor, which has got to be what now?
Okay, so
more than championships, bro. Championships get you on the mountain.
I don't care. It's Stu. You weren't there for Stu. I don't know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wasn't there for Stu?
You must have not been, because to not have him on your Mount Rushmore, you must have not been there. I don't know what you were doing. You were LBZ guy in the van.
Dude, I was getting lapped and taken out by him, actually. That happened once at Hangtown in practice. But no, statistically, you go off titles for the mountain. Are we going to disagree here? Is this happening?
You can't put Dunge on the mountain because RV beat Dunge almost all the time when RV stayed healthy. So you knock Dunge off and you put Stu on.
4 Supercross titles, dude. 4. He's got double James. And I'm a diehard James fan here, but I'm just saying.
Is this a broadcast?
To be on the mountain, you have to have the titles too. It's part of the mountain. Anyways, let's just forget that. Unless you want to get into this, I'm good either way. But I will say here's the thing.
Okay,
Tomac would have to pass them up in titles to knock either one of them off because he has been around a lot longer than, which I think is part of his legend. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But you can't be around this long and have less and then be considered above them on the mountain.
We're throwing Nick on the spot here, but let's finish the rest of this year, Nick, Supercross wise. Mm-hmm. How many starts would Tomac have over RV and Dunge. I'll let you look that up real quick if you can. But Kellen, Kellen, you're my guy. I've always believed in you.
He calls you the fraud every
I can't believe
single
Daniel
week.
calls you the fraud all the time. I can't believe that. Kellen, you're with me. It's RC, MC, RV, Stu. That is the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you. Love Kellen.
I hate not putting Dunge on that list because the titles are a lot more. But yeah, if you count wins, then Stu is in a different league. But so is Tomac. Tomac is now ahead of Stu in all-time career
so that's
wins,
that's where we're getting at for the Mount Rushmore. That was the genesis of the question, right? Does Tomac knock Stu off of Mount Rushmore? Does he knock someone out of there?
Okay, so then I'll let's just go with your argument then. We'll remove Dunge because you don't like him. That's fine. Let's go Stu as the fourth guy. So if Eli wins the Supercross championship, gets his third, Stu has two, and has more wins than him, does he bump him out?
I would need Nick, my dear friend Nick here. I would need him to figure out like win percentage
I can do that.
of Supercross and motocross because, again, a knock on Tomac is his length of his career a bit because he's hanging around. He's hanging around like in rounders. All right, so
which
Nick,
is good if the numbers like absolutely beat. You cannot be under in numbers with the hang around. You cannot do
All right,
that.
Nick, so what total amount of races Eli versus Dunge and Villapoto?
Are we doing just SX or Moto 2?
Yeah, we'll just do SX.
So if he finishes the season, starts every race, be at 201. Dungy finished with 134, and Villapoto was way down at just 92 starts.
So Tomac will have
92 for RV
92
had 92 with 4 titles.
RV has the highest win percentage of anyone in Supercross.
Dude, he's so
Wow,
underrated.
McGrath will tell you he had him beat.
I think the comeback in McGrath put him down below.
Right.
Dude, RV, oh my God.
Well, Wygant goes on and on about we don't appreciate RV enough. I think Kellen's been in that boat too. Kellen's
100% agree with that. I think he is the most underrated and forgotten about champ who has just smashed them. And here's the thing. I'm a Dunge guy, but what happens those next 3 years if RV stays? And then what happens if he continues to ride into his Tomac years? Does he beat Anderson in 18? Does he beat Webb in 19? Does he beat Tomac in 20? Dude, RV could have won 7 championships in Supercross easy. I mean, 8 if he would have went into his 30s.
Okay, so we're done. We're done talking about RV. He's amazing and he belongs on Mount Rushmore. The spot that we're talking about is does Tomac knock Stu off? I don't know. That'd be a great column for you, Nick. Let's think about that.
No. Do this. Here's a column. MC, RC, RV. Done. The fourth spot. Stu, Dunge, and Eli, and put together all of these stats of races, the amounts, the wins, the titles, and put it all together. Those 3 would be competing for the 4th spot only if Eli gets one of these last 2 titles. One more.
You're gonna see a grown man cry if Stu gets knocked off the Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna start crying because he also just changed the game with the way people rode. Right? He just changed.
Yes,
the game.
And perfect season. I totally get it, but
yeah. All right, Kellen, what do you think?
I lean championships more, so I would maybe already take Stu off that list because of that.
What a fraud! Complete fraud.
But what I deal with the intangibles with Mount Rushmore is that I think everyone just assumes it's just the 4 greatest riders of all time, but I feel like I almost look at Rushmore as the 4 most groundbreaking athletes in a way. And so it's McGrath was the all-time Supercross guy, and Ricky was the all-time motocross guy. And to me, James is still the fastest rider we've ever seen. So taking him off of there because that is the reason why he should be cemented all time seems a bit ridiculous. Tomac is becoming LaRocco, but championships, whereas Stu was just the craziest person we've ever seen ride a dirt
bike. But you just said you go by championships.
But that's what I'm saying. I go by championships. But on the flip side, I also look at Rushmore differently. In terms of 4 best riders all time, I think Eli's there. But I don't know if I would knock Stu off Rushmore because of that.
Yeah, we're talking Rushmore.
So then I would keep him.
Yeah, keep Stu.
Yeah, but if you're going that, then there's some new names entering the party, man. You're going Roger, you're going Pastrana. I know that sounds crazy.
No, you're
but
not.
What,
No,
yes,
you're
you
not.
What he
No.
did, what
He
he's done
never
for the
won
sport,
a big bike class. He never won a big bike race.
He never won a main. I know that. But what he has done for the sport, you would take that into consideration.
No.
If you want to get cute,
shut
with
off his camera, Kellen. Shut it
Here,
off.
I'll do it myself. If you want to get cute with it, but if you want to go, the simplest is by titles. Titles tell a story, man.
Well,
Championships are the hardest thing to win in the sport.
So then it's MCRC, Tomac, and RV, right? Because Tomac will have Dunge covered by one. I correct, Nick? If I'm right.
So are we counting the 250 national title?
Yes, we count those.
That would make Dungy has he had 3 outdoors, right? Big bike and then 250, so 8 total. Tomac had 1 250 outdoor, 4
He has 7,
bike,
and then Villapoto has 9.
Yeah.
So
okay. So
and Dunge won 3 straight. Just to point that out.
I'll tell you what, I said this before. We don't appreciate Dunge for winning both titles. I mean, last year, Coop won the Supercross title and was basically like vacation time. Chase Sexton battled him to the end, had a tip over Paula and said, I need a break. And Dunge just clicking them off, dude. Indoors and out. Let's do this.
Different era.
All right, so
good talk.
I like that. And we should have Nick on here to break it down again when it happens.
Yeah,
Dunge, Eli, James, put together something. Spice it up. Let's see what the numbers say.
I gotta say for James, I'll point out a previous Paul column. His win or crash percentage is comical. I think it was 78%.
Well, dude, until he got to Suzuki, if he didn't win, he crashed. I believe that was like literally the stat.
It was 05 through Seattle 09 in Supercross. He either won or crashed.
4 years. 4 years.
55.
Hey, did James win? No. Then he crashed. It's just absolutely insane when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
How many titles does Jet have now with all those SMX titles?
Shut up, Daniel. You shut your mouth.
I mean, Deegan's got like 15 already somehow.
Hey, the crazy thing to me about Jet, though, is like titles aside, we all look at Eli as this outdoor god. Jet is only 6 wins behind him already.
Yeah, Jet's outdoor.
Hold on. What was that? Sorry,
ridiculous.
I was looking at text. Wait, what?
Jet is already only 6 wins behind Tomac all-time outdoors.
You shut your mouth too, Kellen. What? He's got 4 titles, and he's raced for 100 years.
Yep.
That's a Davey stat. That's a Davey stat where you're just like, wait, what? Like we're witnessing all-timers, but we don't think of it that way because we haven't been around long enough. God damn it.
Hey, the crazy part is that Jet, with just the injuries and the timing and what's happened, I mean, he's getting into a territory now where he's going to have to go a really long time to even get himself into this conversation championship-wise because he's missed a bunch, and who knows how long he's going to go. I don't see him as a guy who's going to go into his 30s, so he's actually been injured enough now to where he would have to go pretty long to rack up what would be needed to even get onto the mountain. It's wild.
Yeah. Listen, this has been really cool here. Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech, Blair Matthes Project. Thank you to Namura as well. Since 2001, Namura has been supporting riders with engine components for motocross, ATV, and UTV. 6 wins. From full engine rebuilds to performance upgrades, Namura delivers precision-engineered pistons, rods, gaskets, and more. Exclusively distributed through authorized partners. Namura is your engine component brand. Learn more at namura.com. Thank you to those guys. Thank you to Zool's bags as well. Zoolsbagcode.com. Pulp26 code to save 30% off Zool's bags with the code Pulp26. They're partnered up with Trey Kennard, Zach Osborne. Speaking of Osborne, I'm going to bring this up tomorrow, by the way, on the Moto 60 show. They've got you covered with backpacks, roller travel bags, gear bags, and more. They've got personalized pulp stuff as well. Go to pulpmx.com under the shop tab to get your Zool's pulp bag. Thank you to those guys. Seat Concepts, ride the world with them. Pulp 26, all caps, saves you. Factory Beta, Phoenix Racing. By the way, I saw Gavin Towers is out this weekend as well from his crash. Speaking of Phoenix Racing, Ampro, Yamaha, SLR, Honda. From the Race 2.0 to the Comfort Series, proprietary foam and handcrafted seat shapes are made in the USA and put you and your ass in a better spot. Pulp 26 code saves you with that. Nick Taylor from MX Reference joining the show. Daniel Blair, Kellen Brower. Nick, what else you got?
Let's see. Another all-time one, the 250 class for Supercross is kind of in a weird spot where after Jordan Smith and RJ moved up, there wasn't really any of those super long longevity ones. So if Shimoda basically continues form, he's going to be 10th place all-time in 250 SX points by the end of the season.
In points, yeah. Huh. Wow. That's interesting a little bit. Yeah, he's been there a while, man. He's been in the class for a while.
Yep, and stacked a bunch for many years. He obviously has had some issues, but he's had less issues than you think. If you look at the numbers, he's actually been around, and he's always been he's gotten a lot of 20 and 18-point finishes. You know what I mean? Over the years.
Yeah. So. Yep, for sure. Also, too, like, I think Davies is my favorite of the East right now, but Joe, I think, if the week off, will be sneaky good. He'll be better than he was, and he was already pretty damn good coming off that time. So, all right, Nick, anything else we got?
Another one I have on Davies, despite leading the most classes, he has the 8th best hole shot average in the West. Small sample size with only 5 starts, but it's 9.2, which is 8th best. So,
damn. I think, Nick, no offense to you, thanks for coming on, but Kellen really brought the super stat of the day here with that. Jesus.
That's a pretty wild one.
Well,
6 wins.
Because I was trying to do the Mount Rushmore comparison, and I was like, well, I want to look at motocross too. And like, even when you think about motocross, another thing that's crazy about the Villo era is that he only won titles in seasons that he finished outdoors.
Right.
So comparatively, he doesn't actually have many 450 motocross wins.
No.
Compared to Dunge. Like, Dunge has like 3 times as many.
Yeah. It's RVs by any measure. I mean, I hate admitting it. He's never going to watch this, so that's good because he'll tell me about how great he is. But by any measure, he's all time.
Hey, I mean, straight up, again, I'm a big Dunge guy, but at the same time, RV was able to beat Dunge almost every time. And those next 3 titles of Dunge's, plus Anderson's, plus Webb's, plus Tomac's, those next 6 years, if RV races to 32, remember, he retired at 26. If he races to 32, how many of those 6 does he win? He gets to 7. He gets to Jeremy's 7. I without question, I believe he would have got to 7 and maybe even to 8. If he would have just raced into his 30s, like Jeremy and Eli did.
Nick, the most important stat, though, is all-time motocross starts. Tim Ferry. Is Eli? Can Eli get close to him? What are we looking at?
For outdoors?
Outdoors, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
Tim Ferry has the record. By his birthday today, I think. His birthday, by the way. The great Tim Ferry, Supercross champion, 1997 125 East champion. He won every national. I think he's got 5 career national wins, and he won every one with a 2-2 finish. But he's won tons of motos. But there's a random Tim Ferry stat for everybody on his birthday.
And won a Supercross title without a win.
Yep.
But that was combined with 250?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because John Dowd's the leader for 450 class.
No, combined, Nick. Both of them.
Whatever makes Ferry, whatever makes his number.
Yeah, well,
that's the next stuff that combines.
I count them together, man. Okay, so
yeah, let me pull that up.
MX reference, by the way. Follow him on the socials, and writes for pulpmx.com as well. So,
how's the stats looking fantasy this year, Steve?
We'll get to that.
Numbers.
Yeah, we'll get to that. This has been really fun, but I don't know if we'll get to all of our topics today.
It's okay. These stats, there's going to be some angry people in the comments, not just the Deegan fans either. Bunch of Tomac defenders, Stewart defenders, Dungy defenders.
Real quick, too.
RV haters.
It's Wednesday afternoon as we do this. I don't think Chase Sexton's racing Birmingham, by the way. I thought he was. I think we all thought he was, but I don't think he is. And he just got back on the bike. I think the Cowie guys thought he would be ready, but he's been, he did take a big crash, but I don't think he'll be this weekend. So
nothing like one of the superstars of the sport having no information for like a month now. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're not.
Just like, I mean, a detail.
Well,
would be cool.
He went swimming. That was a detail.
Okay. My point.
Also, Daniel, do not tell the Club MX riders that I think one of them won't make the main event.
I'm telling Devin. I'm calling him right after we get off the phone.
You motherfucker.
And hey, here's another stat for you to give Vince a little bit of love and to just stick one on Cowie a little bit more. But he was their best rider at the last round.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
boy.
Sorry. Stats
Does Cowie put Chiz? Chiz has been grinding for those guys. Does he race a race for Cowie? Because Dickel did, right? Kellen, you say no?
No, I don't. Unless both Garrett and Chase are hurt, and they're
Okay.
like, we need reconnaissance and data and stuff like that.
Okay.
No.
They got Vince. Move him up.
Oh boy.
Bring him under the tent.
By the way, Vince's team manager, a good guy, Rankin. Everybody knows him, Jericho. He said he got death threats. He's like, that's a first for me.
I was gonna say, could you imagine going into the season as his team manager and just knowing, here we go.
Buckle up.
And Tony was good for it because Tony is a seasoned vet, great team manager. But like, if you're the post Tony team manager for him, like, just get ready. Come in with your shield.
Yeah. All right, Nick, do we got it?
Yeah, I'm doing the calculation right now.
Just these stat guys, I tell you what.
You're throwing out not very popular,
firepower.
not asked one.
Firepower has long been the name in lightweight lithium batteries. We know that. Partnered with Club MX. They add products year to year and now extensive offering of chains, sprockets, bars, levers, grips. Firepower parts range has never been broader. Visit firepowerparts.com and follow at firepower.global on socials. Firepowerparts.com. Club MX guys have teamed up with them. Troy Lee Designs and Race Tech. Save at Race Tech. Save at Troy Lee Designs. Email us using the contact form. We'll pass on a code for you to save. And what do we got, Nick?
Sorting it by the most right now.
Firepower, Maxxis, ASV
And
levers,
Barry.
Stomp Grip, Namira, Zool, Seat Concepts, all on board with us. All right.
Tim Ferry.
Yes.
250 and 450 combined, 196.
And what is Tomac at?
Tomac, let's see.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah, 127. Wait, no,
Oh,
that's can't be right. Hold on.
Oh, no, that can't be. Yeah.
Oh, outdoors? Just combined.
Both classes outdoor.
Yeah, 127.
So he's 70 behind Red Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to hold on to that one.
Yeah, you got that one. You're good.
We got that one. Even though Eli, he seems to keep going and going. What a hero on his birthday. All-time motocross starts. It's great. All right. Anything else for Nick? DB, Kellen?
Good stuff. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Nick, for joining the show. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. We'll bring you back on. We'll break down. Daniel wants that breakdown so he can leave in tears. Can we add a fifth person to Mount Rushmore? You can't, right? You just got to go 4. You just can't.
Yeah, we could carve it.
You could add one if they put Trump on, Steve. Then they can.
I'm leaving the country. I'm leaving the country. I mean, don't you think the all-time motocross starts leader could be on there? No?
I mean, like I said, now we're getting.
No one says a word.
If we can add, if Pastrana can go on alongside of him.
One regional title and all-time
Jake.
motocross starts.
Biggest name in the sports history.
Tomac, McGrath, Carmichael, Villapoto, Ferry. Yeah, looks good to me. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun. Have a good one.
All right. See you, man.
Yeah.
That's Nick Taylor from MX Reference, jetting back from Italy. We should bring him on every now and then. You know?
Totally. Because stats make people mad and argue. So
They do.
Dude, because numbers twist things up a little bit. So this will be a very argumentative post.
You started it with the Deegs, with Davies being better than Deegs. You started.
I know, but that's fun. They're waiting. Deegs fans are sitting there at their laptops, fingers stretched, ready, just waiting for something. Bam! So they're ready.
Let's get to the fantasy for this week. This is from
before
Indy.
before we get to that, ASV has partnered with
yeah.
the KTM Orange Brigade Elite Amateur Program, EBR and Altus Yamaha Amateur Race Programs, as well as the Cobra Elite Factory Amateur Race Program. Go to hookit.com or mxsponsor.com, or you can go to ASV's website, asvinventions.com, and get yourself signed up if you're an amateur and become an ASV rider. And if you're not an amateur, but you just want a deal, use the code all caps PulpMX for 20% off at asvinventions.com. All right, now, my favorite part of the show.
Shane McElrath, I said 12th, he got 10th. It's 2 off. Pierce Brown, I said 3rd, he got 5th. That was 2 off. Everything's fine. 2 off is fine. +4. Not bad. then we came to Henry Miller. The fraud got his wish, tripped me up, did exactly what he wanted to do. I said 14th. He did not qualify for the Triple Crown. And per the rules of the class, we go 12 points right there. And, yep. Well, it says, oh, yeah, right, 12 off. So we go, got it. So plus 13. Yeah, thanks, Henry. Thanks, Enzo Lopes last year. I believe I'm the only one out of myself and Daniel who have had riders that do not qualify for races. Daniel, you went Marchbanks. You said 9th. He got 14th. 5 off. Joe Schmoto, though, you said 3rd. He got 2nd, 1 off. Derek Kelly, random Derek Kelly finish. You said 12th. He got 11th. That's pretty good job on that one, Daniel. So you gained away. I closed up the week before. Now you are 17 ahead of me, and that is sad. That is really sad. And the fraud is getting his wish, though. So good job, fraud. All right.
I was over. I think I was over a race down at one point.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
20s.
Nobody knows.
Just smashing.
Yep.
Kellen, what are we doing?
We're going to do an all showdown. Pick the finish.
Yeah.
Our popular demand here. And we're going to do something a bit different this week because of the locations in which you both have chosen to live your lives closest to the coast. We're going to do Steve's picking only West guys and DB's got only East guys.
I like it.
DB doesn't look thrilled about it.
No, he doesn't look thrilled, but I like it.
No, hold on. No, we're good. I'm good with it.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
We'll lead off with Steve then, and I apologize that you get this man because of living on the more West Coast, but Max Anstey, Steve.
Well, he's lighter now, so his start should be better.
What?
He got his appendix taken out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's an appendix way? I think he's back. I think we saw flashes. His slump was over. This appendix was related to some sort of viral cough he had, according to his PR man. 5th.
All right, 5th for Max. And then Levi Kitchen.
3rd.
3rd for the chef. And last but not least, Ryder D.
7.
All right.
You better not weird mine up because those were pretty safe.
Yeah, weird them up, dude.
Over to the East Coast we go. How about Pierce Brown, DB?
6th.
That's what I was. That's literally what I was thinking.
Seth Hammaker.
4.
You're just gonna pick one spot back. And Daxton Bennick.
11.
All righty.
Wow.
Some deep thought going on right there,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's tough. Hey, East West is tougher. It's way. I mean, you got to take into consideration, man. It's nasty. Top 10 is sick at a showdown.
The fraud just loving this right now. Yeah, rubbing his hands together like RV. Sad. It's sad what's happened. Troy Designs, Race Tech Zool, Seat Concepts, Firepower, Maxis, ASV Levers, Namira, Stomp Grip. Use the codes to save. Troy Designs, just email us using the contact form on Pulp and we'll pass it on. Thanks to Nick from MX Reference. We'll get him back on, create some more arguments. Pastrana on Mount Rushmore is insane take. And I know the fraud agrees with me.
You have Ferry on yours.
That's more of a sane take than Pastrana.
They both have a regional.
Wow, Pastrana's got a national
Supercross
title too.
Yeah, that's right. At 16 years old, by the way.
All right.
There's
Good
that.
times here on the show. Kellen, you're going this weekend. I'm out. I'm skipping it. Kellen will
Yeah,
be there.
I'm the only beat writer of this
You
entire
are.
show this weekend.
Yeah, you're going. So have fun. The showdown's gonna be awesome though, for real. I'm excited for it. Can't wait to watch it. Check out other shows like the LVK show. I did a interview with Dave Mewey as well, vice president of global partnerships. Daniel?
I like the Muis.
Okay, good. All
Both
right,
of
moving
them.
on. Good to know. So check that out on YouTube as well, and appreciate you guys looking at all this stuff. Main Event Moto on Daniel Blair. Sign up for his Patreon if you want as well. Get some exclusive stuff over there.
We just did our 10-year anniversary show this last weekend. For
Wow.
Main Event Moto. 10 years. Yeah. So thank you for the shout out. Decade.
Start Your Systems, KB over there. So there's a lot going on between the three of us. Appreciate you guys watching and listening. Thank you to The Fraud for producing the show. Thank you to Nick from MX Reference. And same time, same place next week, everybody. Thanks for watching Troy Lee Designs Race Tech Blair Matthes Project.